I've said for a while Donald Trump doesn't read. And how do we know this? Well, by the things he posts on True Social. Not only that, but there have been numerous times when things have been handed to him and he has to read it. He struggles over large words, etc. He is not a very well read or intelligent person. We know this. Well, he shared something over on True Social today. And this was from the Dunning-Kruger Times. And that was that Barack Obama had taken in like $2.5 million in royalties from the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare as Republicans like to call it. Now, the Dunning-Kruger Times specifically says on there that everything on their site is fiction. But Donald Trump didn't read it. He just retweeted it or reposted it on True Social, whatever you want to call it, with the thing, wow, and like it was some big thing or some big gotcha. There was never any kickback to Barack Obama for passing the Affordable Care Act. But see, Donald Trump would believe it is true, in part because that is exactly what he would do in that situation. If he would have come up with the Affordable Care Act, he would have gotten some kind of a kickback on the deal. Donald Trump doesn't do anything for anybody unless he gets something out of it. He is all about personal profit, personal gain. Just look at how some of his businesses went under. I remember reading a story years ago when one of his, I think it was one of his casinos was going under as people were losing their jobs and they were going bankrupt. He had set himself up to still get a golden parachute. You know, he was getting consultation fees in the hundreds of thousands of dollars as they were going under. Donald Trump doesn't do anything unless he benefits from it, and he thinks everybody else thinks and acts the way he does because he genuinely believes the way he does things is the right way, legal or not, and that what he is doing is how everybody either does act and is just better at hiding it, or how they should act. But Donald Trump doesn't read. He doesn't pay attention to much. He just shares things, and because he also knows there's a group of his followers out there that will eat this stuff up and believe it, in part because, well, if Donald Trump said it, it must be true. Donald Trump doesn't have any secret knowledge just because he was president of the United States. He can't be bothered to understand, read things, know things. They have to dumb all of his briefings down so he understands it. And then he does stuff like this, just embarrassing himself, and he isn't even aware enough to know that he's embarrassing himself when he does stuff like this.